New steps in the race to vaccinate. The Big Apple taking a big step. The rules that city is imposing for anyone going to indoor businesses and what that could mean for the rest of the country.
And in San Diego, with cases on the rise, more people flocking to overwhelmed testing sites. How officials are working to keep up with the demand.
And it's hot. I'm going to pinpoint the details of our heat advisory and heat warning that are in effect for most of the county and just how long this hot and dry weather is going to be sticking around. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
And good morning. So good to have you with us. I'm Jim Patton.
Yes, welcome. I'm Virginia Cha. We start with a new announcement out of New York City this morning. Mayor Bill de Blasio says proof of vaccination will be required from customers at a number of different kinds of businesses.
This is going to be a requirement. The only way to patronize these establishments indoors will be if you're vaccinated, at least one dose.
That means people looking to dine indoors, work out in a gym, or go to an indoor entertainment venue must prove they've been vaccinated. We've seen similar requirements pop up in Europe, but New York is the first major U.S. city to institute such a requirement. Still no indication on whether we could see anything like that in California, but the state has set up a way to digitally access vaccination records.
And all this comes as we see more and more places, public and private, adopt vaccine mandates. How restrictive those requirements are has varied, but now one healthcare provider taking a hard-line stance. Kaiser Permanente announcing it will require all workers to get vaccinated, while there will be avenues for religious or medical exemptions. Unlike other mandates that we've seen, Kaiser will not give employees the options to go unvaccinated and get tested.
Meanwhile, in a matter of weeks, the demand for COVID testing has increased around the county. Some providers are extending their hours after patients experience longer wait times. ABC 10 News reporter Natay Holmes joining us live now from Choias View. Natay, a few different factors prompting a lot more people to flock to these sites.
Virginia, as the Delta variant continues to spread across the county and as the organizations begin to make it mandatory for their employees to get COVID testing if they have not been vaccinated, the demand for COVID testing has definitely increased. We are at the Tubman Chavez Community Center. This is one of the location offering testing sites around the county, and you can see the line is definitely forming out here. A lot of people making their way in and out. Local doctors say the number of positive cases are lower compared to previous spikes, but it is still causing some concern.
Throughout the month of July and now going into August, the testing rates of positive patients have gone up from 2%. Now it's up to 9 or 10%. Definitely worrisome. And I think the medical community at a whole is concerned because we definitely were seeing great improvements.
Dr. Aaron Lehman is a physician with Kaiser Permanente. He says they are seeing more urgency among patients to get a COVID test. As of Monday, Kaiser extended the hours at its drive-through testing sites by 4 hours. We're told 2 weeks ago there were no wait times, but today was a different story. The line of cars were wrapped around the building. Now, according to the UT, the 7-day average of new tests were just over 7,000 on July 1st. By Sunday, that average jumped to a little more than 12,000. The county has 19 COVID-19 testing sites. At one point in 2020, there were 42 county-run or partnership locations. Just last week, the county confirmed it is considering adding more locations to meet the growing demand. Now, as we continue to see a spike in cases, Dr. Lehman is encouraging people to get the vaccine and for San Diegans to go back to those basic practices, wearing your mask, social distancing, and washing your hands. In Choias View, Natay Holmes, ABC 10 News.
Natay, thank you. And breaking news here, an officer killed, multiple people injured in a shooting that put the Pentagon on lockdown. It happened at a metro platform near the base. Details of this shooting are still unclear, but moments ago, police confirming an officer involved was killed. Cameras outside a nearby hospital saw a procession held just moments ago. The Pentagon lockdown has been lifted and we'll update you as we learn more.
Oh, that is a terrible situation. Of course, we saw just now with Nate out there, really blue skies. It looks nice in places, but not necessarily feeling nice.
I know, it looks beautiful, right? As long as you're kind of inside in the air conditioning, if you're dealing with some of these temperatures. We're already seeing, and we're not even into the afternoon hours just yet. Ramona and Alpine in the 90s right now. Warner Springs at 95, Campo a degree cooler. Even El Cajon and Escondido nearing in on that 90-degree mark. Nice along the coast though, temperatures are in the 70s, and it is a dry heat this time around. Our dew point temperatures have been trending in the mid to upper 60s, which is very sticky, especially by San Diego standards. Low 60s is maybe a little muggy, but we have been so much more humid. So this is a drier heat. In fact, some of these dew point temperatures in the 30s right now. But when you talk about hot and dry conditions, that does elevate the fire danger. So especially for the far inland mountain and desert areas, be extra fire safe. A heat advisory in effect until tomorrow night. For the inland and mountain areas, most areas will be in the 90s. Some of the higher elevations like Mount Laguna and Palomar will be just shy of the 90s. Lower elevations like Campo in the triple digits, and an excessive heat warning in the deserts. That continues through tomorrow as well. I'm going to be pinpointing much cooler weather headed our way and how long it's going to take to get here. Virginia?
Thank you so much, Megan. Well, a man previously convicted of trying to kill an Oceanside police officer with his car back in court for the same 2017 incident.
Officer Brad Hunter was severely injured but survived. ABC 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie joining us live outside Vista Court. So Mary, the suspect's previous conviction overturned, and it sounds like he's already fighting to get this case thrown out.
Yeah, this is Robert Ignacio Flores' retrial. Day one, this is opening statements, and it's already getting colorful. Flores is accused of running down Oceanside motorcycle officer Brad Hunter with his car 4 years ago. Flores is in custody on another matter. He was brought into court in handcuffs. Deputies careful with him because of previous alleged statements he's made about killing cops. But before opening statements could begin, Flores spoke out of turn multiple times, repeating various outbursts, asking for motions, saying his rights were being violated. So the judge excused everyone and sent Flores into a side room for trial where he can listen. The case dates back to June of 2017 when Flores is accused of driving his car directly into Officer Hunter, leaving him with life-threatening injuries. Hunter was pulling over another driver when Flores, who happened to be driving by, allegedly accelerated and ran down Hunter with his car, sending him flying through the air and flipping over the defendant's vehicle. Hunter had leg and head injuries. He was placed in a coma until the swelling on his brain subsided. The nearly 30-year veteran was forced to retire due to those injuries. He's since improved and has previously talked to ABC 10 News about his recovery. As for Flores, prosecutors again argued today that he bragged to an undercover sheriff's detective posing as an inmate and another confidential informant about hitting Hunter intentionally to try to kill him with his car. Flores was convicted of attempted murder for this, but his sentence was overturned in 2019 when an appellate court ruled his attorney ignored Flores' argument that he was innocent. He's now charged with attempted murder and assault on a police officer. He faces 20 years to life. I did see Officer Hunter outside court this morning. He looks really good. He's expected to testify in this trial, even though he has no memory of what happened that day. And as for Flores, it's entirely up to the judge whether or not he'll be allowed back into the courtroom for any portions of this trial. Reporting live in Vista, Mary McKenzie, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Mary. San Diego police have released new body cam and helicopter footage showing the moments leading up to officers shooting and killing a 22-year-old during a pursuit. It happened 2 weeks ago in the Talmadge area. You're looking at that helicopter video. Police say Jesus Valletta had a gun. Video shows him being told to stop multiple times and to drop the gun. He falls, then gets back up and keeps running, police say, with his finger on the trigger of his weapon. 2 officers opened fire as Valletta is on his knees, they say, with his gun pointed at them.
The scariest part is when someone drops a gun, if they're not intending to use it, they generally will run and leave the gun. When they pick it back up twice, now you're really concerned, because now you're thinking that there's an intent for them to use that against the officers.
His family says it's not justifiable. The case is now in the district attorney's hands.
New today, investigators in New York say they have concluded that Governor Andrew Cuomo did sexually harass former employees. State's Attorney General Letitia James laid out the findings this morning after a months-long investigation, and that investigation was launched after multiple women went public with detailed allegations of harassment, including claims of inappropriate remarks and unwanted touching and kissing. Cuomo has admitted to some off-color remarks, but denies crossing any physical boundaries or making any sexual advances. Investigators say they found a pattern of misconduct.
Another complainant testified, and I quote, "What makes it so hard to describe every single inappropriate incident is the culture of the place. On the one hand, he makes all this inappropriate and creepy behavior normal."
Attorney General says she is not pursuing a criminal investigation on the state level, but local agencies could use the findings for their own cases. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says Cuomo should resign. The state legislature, meanwhile, weighing the possibility of impeachment.